Welcome to my wood shop. My name is Forrest. And today we're going to build a wood duck box for nesting. We have a pond, and over the last couple of years we've noticed ducks on our pond. So we felt like maybe because we didn't see any baby ducks that we needed to build a nesting box. And so we are this year. And what we're going to do is we're going to use cedar fence boards. Now the plans call for a large piece of cedar that's 10 inches wide by 12 foot long. I couldn't find anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these, cut them, and then join them together so that I'll have my boards the proper width. Well, you can download these plans off the internet. I had no trouble finding them. I just used the Build a Wood Duck Box. This is roughly what it's going to look like. So, I'm ready to get started. Okay? But the first thing we've got to do, we have to put our safety glasses on. I've got mine. I'm ready to get cutting. Okay, I've got all my boards marked, labeled, and places for it to cut. I'm going to use a miter box saw. You could use a jigsaw, handsaw, a circular saw, pretty much anything you want. Okay? Okay, now that we got our pieces all cut to length, cut to width, it's time for some assembly. I'm going to use a power nailer and attach these strips to them so that I can nail through and then have the width of the board that I need being like so. With the strip will be on the outside, not the inside, and that way the little ducks can get up and down. Let's get started. Well, now that we have all of the sides joined together with this little batting board, I've glued it and nailed it just to make sure that it's secure. I've got both sides, the door and the front, already done and ready to go. Also the back and the roof and the floor. So, all we've got left to do is to cut a hole for the duck to get in, and it's this hole right here. And the size of this hole is 3.5 inches this way and 4.5 inches this way, centered on the board, and it's 3.5 inches down. Also, I made a mistake earlier, and the plans can be found on Ducks Unlimited, not on any other site that I can find. So if you'd like to get a set of these plans, they're 15 pages long, to build a duck blind or to have a predator protection at the bottom, all those plans are available at Ducks Unlimited. I'll try to leave a little link below. Oh, and while I'm at it, don't forget to subscribe, please, and like the little thumbs up thing. Alright, let's get started on this hole. Okay, we're over here at the drill press, and what we're going to do is we're going to drill a 1 3/4 inch hole in all 4 corners of the board where the hole for the duck to get in. Yeah, that's right, hole for the duck to get in. And I'm going to use a Forstner bit. So, with nothing else to do, let's start making some holes. Well, now with all 4 holes drilled, we can take a circular saw or a saw and just cut around and have our round nest for each hole and have the hole itself. So, let's get started. Well, now that I've got my hole drilled and cut out, I figured I'd take this little rasp and kind of go over the edges just so there wouldn't be any splinters to get caught in any feathers. I'm going to use my workbench to do that. I'm ready to get started. The workbench and these bench dogs come in handy at a time like this. I'm able to hold the board down tight and not cause any problems. So, let's do a little rasp work. Okay, we've got the hole all nice and rounded and nice and smooth so the little ducks won't hurt themselves leaving and Mama Duck won't hurt herself getting in and out. The hole's the proper size. The plans also called for some netting to be put on the inside of the nest box. So once the little ducks hatch, Mama goes outside, she makes a cooing sound, and the little ducks climb up this netting and jump out and fall out where Mama's supposed to be. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I do know I put the proper netting. I used some plastic netting that I had around my garden, some pieces I had left over. So, now then it's almost time for assembly. Well, it's day 2. Didn't get finished yesterday, so today we're going to finish up our duck nest box. We have to drill 5 half-inch holes in the bottom and a couple on each side of the side panels for ventilation for the little ducks. So, let's drill some holes. Well, we've got all our holes drilled, we've got all our side panels glued up, we've got everything. Everything is ready to go for assembly. So let's get started on our assembly. First, here is my cleat, my little clamps. My side panel attaches to this side of the back. I'm going to use some wood glue and some nails to attach it. Since this is a duck nest box, it's not going to require all of the precision that you would find, making sure I don't have to get glue where I don't need it, which is not unusual. And I've added some glue, and now then, to help hold this in place, I'm going to add the other side over here to give me some stability to hold it, lining everything up, making sure that my nail gun is not on safety, and putting a couple of brads in there to hold it in place while the glue dries. Alright, you notice the only 2 things different about these bottoms is that one is a little longer than the other. I know, I messed up. But anyway. Okay, the other side panel will be screwed in so that we can take the side off and clean the nest out year after year. So, okay, now we have the roof on. I put these clamps on here to hold it in place while I screwed and drilled the holes, or drilled and then screwed screws in. So let's get started here. I made me some marks. With the fence boards one is they're not uniform thickness. Two is that they tend to have a little cup. And also that lead edge doesn't seem to be square. So my recommendation, if you were to make a box like this to put a duck nest in, or to have them build a nest in, you may want to rethink the fence boards. They work, but there's some drawbacks to it. I would imagine the ducks could care less. So, anyway, what do you think? I'm hoping that I can get a duck to come here and visit. Maybe spend enough time to have a family. Thanks. Hope you have a wonderful day.